Hey everyone, my name's Andy. My pronouns are they, them, and I am the Crow Stitcher here on YouTube and Instagram. Welcome to Flosstube number 9. Today is Tuesday, May 28th, 2024. I am a day late this week. Yesterday, it was a holiday here in the US, bank holiday, and I just didn't feel like recording. So I took the day and stitched, and my in-laws came over for dinner, so it was a nice relaxing day. Other than having people over is always just chaotic. So, that bit wasn't too relaxing, but all the stitching time in the morning was fabulous. So welcome to my channel. I have had a lot of new subscribers, and I appreciate all of you so much. Welcome to all my new Stitchy friends. Welcome to anyone who's returning. I appreciate all of you. So, I wanted to start off today by sharing something I forgot to share in my June dog. Where's my board? That I forgot to share in my June dog Flosstube extra that I posted last week. I was talking about long dog samplers and about all of the different kinds of samplers that I have. And I had wanted to share my finish of Santa Quill that I finished, oh goodness, 2 years ago? 2022? I don't remember, quite honestly. I don't think it was last year. I think it was the year before. So this is Santa Quill. I forget the fabric I did it on. Um, I did do all the snowflakes, which you're not going to be able to see, but I did all the snowflakes in a petite treasure braid. So they're sparkly, and the moon as well. And then look at it's Santa Quill, and he's got his hares pulling his sled. And I think this was only 8,000, 9,000 stitches, something like that. So it's not a huge one. I think it's in the extras or the other section maybe on the website. It is still available. So if you like it, there's an option as well. And I love it. So that's my Santa Quill. I still have to do something with him. I think I'm just gonna frame him, but I have to not be lazy and actually frame. You know, there's that. Okay, then I have some shout outs of people I have been watching this past week. There's a lot, and I think I might have forgotten to put some people on here, but I will remember and put them on for next week. And a reminder, next week I'm still going to post on my usual Monday, June 3rd, will be the next video, but it's going to be a whip parade. I don't know how many parts. Um, I figured out, I updated my Notion app and actually kept track. I currently have 104 whips, so it might have to be two. I don't know. We'll find out. But that's what next week's Flosstube will be my mid-year whip parade. So people I watched this past week: Jade at the 310 Stitcher. If you like full coverages, my friends, Jade's your person. 310 Stitcher. She just celebrated her 1 year Flosstube anniversary, Flosstube anniversary, and hit 1,000 subscribers. So, I can't talk today. Hit 1,000 subscribers. So congrats to Jade. Those are amazing accomplishments, and she does such incredible work. Again, if you like full coverages, I've been watching her for a while. Um, Almost everything she has is full coverage. Uh, she's working on the Dragons of the Sabbat, uh, which is the retired chart from Pain Free Crafts. The artwork is by Ann Stokes, and she's doing all the 310. She finished all the outside and is now working on the inside. Amazing, amazing work. So go check her out. Laura at I Stitch Birds had such beautiful. They're um, not whips, not projects that I would stitch myself, but they're so cute and so adorable, and her stitches are just so beautifully neat. I can't. I don't know how she does it so clean. Go check her out. I love watching her floss tubes. I lost the word. Debbie at Apple Harvest Stitching. Um, it is like a returning. She's getting a fresh start, coming back, did a whip parade. Very similar vibes to me, if you like what I stitch. Has a lot of full coverages, so I loved checking her out. Go give her some love. Shay at the Salty Stitcher, again, same vibes as me. Lots of styles, like the Deadly Aquarium style. My brain just the femurs and fungi style. Oh my god, why was that so difficult? New to Flosstube, please go give her some love. Beautiful, beautiful whips. Apparently, I'm having a hard brain day today, y'all. So just buckle up. Welcome in to the chaos. I don't know. Laura is Stitching by the Shore. I have watched her for a while. She does frequent updates. She's joining in on June Dog, but the progress she gets on her whip, she has like focused full coverages. She does a lot of like again kind of more uh, whips that I wouldn't stitch, but I love watching her and her finishes, like her Foley finishes. Love it. Such great ideas. My friend Beck at Beck's Bin just posted another one, I think yesterday or the day before, um, of all of the Murder May, hashtag Murder May whips she's doing and when she still wants to start. And we still got time, y'all. There's what? It's only the 28th. So we still got time in May if you want to join in on Murder May. Um, I love Beck. Thank you so much. Oh, and I want to share some stitchy kindness from Beck. I almost forgot because I didn't write it down. But I had mentioned in one of my previous videos when I shared my free Palestine piece from Modern Folk Embroidery that I was going to go try to raid my stash and steal some beads from some other project and use them in the piece. And so Beck sent me this lovely card. Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. And I love it. And then in the card, a lovely, lovely message, which I'm not going to share. But then she sent some beads. She's just like, here, have some beads. I got extras. So, thank you so much, Beck. That was so kind of you, and I will absolutely use them. So I can now beat up Free Palestine and not have to steal beads from other projects. But very similar. Oh, I just dropped my notebook. Very similar vibes to what I stitch. So again, if you like the things that I stitch, please go check out Beck at Beck's Bin. And everyone that I mentioned will be tagged below in the description, so don't worry about it. Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter. I love Jen. She's one of the first Flosstubers that I ever watched. She, if you think I have a lot of whips at 104, is that what I said? I think so. Yes, 104. She's got 325 or something like that. Such a great variety. Full coverages, not full coverages, some samplers, some black work, like just kind of and everything. And I love how she like I just stitch whatever. I don't have like a plan. And so some things that I have don't get touched because I just don't, I'm not drawn to them, so I don't touch them. She has a system and she shares her system about how she touches everything. And as life changes, she changes her plan. And I think that's so great because she really shows that you don't have to, if your plan doesn't work anymore, you don't have to like feel pressured to stick to it. Just change your plan to fit with whatever's going on in your life at the moment. And I think that's so great. Like she doesn't let herself get bogged down by I have to keep up with this because this is what I originally set for myself. And she doesn't. She goes and she changes and she still gets progress on all of her things. And I love that. I love her energy, and all of her whips are beautiful. And she just posted, which I have not watched yet because I think she posted them this morning. Um, her whip parade mid year. I think there's 2 installments of that, so I'm gonna watch that later today. And Sherry at Chibi's Stitchy World had so many fully finishes in this last video and whips, and she dyes her all of her own fabric. Like, and apparently she just says she just goes on dyeing sprees and will dye like whatever. So she has this whole collection and she can just go from, oh, I love it. I love it. And Leanne at Small Town Stitches posted a video a couple days ago, and she reached 4,000 subscribers. So a big congrats to Leanne. Go check out all of these people. Yeah, that's who I was watching. And there are more, but I forgot to write them down, so I will try to remember and do that for next time. Okay. So, now we're going to get into, before I forget, I wanted to share this piece of fabric that I dyed myself because I just absolutely love it and I have no idea what I did to recreate it. But look at this. It's just a 32 count even weave, I think. I had it in my stash. And it's like it's an odd size, you know, like I can put a few smalls, or maybe if I can find kind of more of a bell pull, like a smaller, shorter, but I don't know. But look at this. It's, I love it so much. I was so proud of this. It's, oh, I used purple and gray and black and aubergine, I think. So I don't know what I'm gonna stitch on it, but something awesome will go on here, or a few awesome things will go on here. And I was just so proud of that. So I wanted to share with you all. You know, gotta share our little victories. Okay, so now, with that out of the way, let's get on to whips. And I'm gonna start with the whips that are by my feet so I don't forget them. Now, speaking of goals, and me not really following goals and sticking to goals, I made a goal. Let me get the picture up for you. This is Protector of Magic. The artwork is by Lisa Parker. It's charted by Hade. This is what it will look like. And I originally picked this for my husband, Dara, and I, because it just, I'm the dragon and he's the unicorn, and we're just protecting each other. And that's why I originally picked it and started it. And then I had the thought of, our 25th wedding anniversary is in 7 years. So why don't I try to finish that for then? Now, I did math. And currently, with the stitches I have done at the moment, starting from June and counting till then, I have 82 months, which means I would have to do 3,700 stitches a month to finish it before our anniversary. Now, if you are one of my Ko-fi members, you'll know that 3,700 stitches a month, number-wise, is like nothing for me. But any of you might stuck around for a little while will probably notice that I get bored with things and tired of things really quickly, which is why I have 104 projects. So the hard part for me is not going to be the number of stitches, it's going to be staying with it and keeping up with it and not getting bored. So we'll see. I want to see how much more I can get done this month before it turns June to see if I can knock it down a bit. I don't know. But this is where I am. And I'm currently at 1.37%. So it's a top left start. It's 1/1 on 28 count even weave. And y'all, the first dragon tail comes in like right here. So I'm almost to the dragon. I'm first dragon, the background dragon, not like the main dragon. So I love it. I'm so far having a great. Oh, and this needle minder. Okay, this needle minder was another stitchy kindness from my friend Kat from Wicked Cat Stitch, who I will post below. Let me just take the needle off so you can see what it says. It's a crow, and it says, "I remember faces." And for anyone who's not familiar with crows and corvids, they actually do. They can hold grudges and do hold grudges. They remember your like faces. So if someone is like a dick to them, they remember that person and hold a grudge against that person and know that they're a bad person. And not only that, but they also share that with their other crows. So if I was mean to a crow or just, an ass, they would share it, and one saw it or one noticed, it would then share with their fellow crows. So I love this needle minder, and Kat sent me a bunch of others, which you will see almost all of them today because I put them straight on all my projects. And Kat also has an Etsy shop called Wicked Wish Crafts, and I will link that down below. And Kat has, let me see if it will show better on here, now started selling some needle minders. And they come in pairs, and it's so adorable. They're all so cute. Her needle minders are great. Like, they work so well. And she also sells amigurumi octopuses, so go check her out. But anyway, this is where I got. We just went on a complete tangent. This is where I got with Protector of Magic. So I want to try to get, like I said, maybe 1,000 more before June, and try to knock the overall total off a little bit, but we'll see. So that's whip number 1, and I was working on that this month. I'm going to work on that more today as well. Whip number 2 is my candle making project. I took the top of the Q-snap off so you can see it in its full glory. This is My Body, My Choice. All others can fuck off. This is a test stitch I'm doing for my friend JB at Just Because Creative. And so I work on this piece while I'm making my candles, while I wait for my wax to either heat up or cool down to the appropriate temperatures. I will stitch on this. because it's nice and easy block stitching. Well, I say easy, I had a big frog, but it's something that doesn't need a lot of color changes, etc. So I usually try to do something like this for my candle making project, and then, but because this is a test stitch, it also kind of ensures that I get steady progress on this. So this past week, I worked and did this bit over here of the O, and then all of this of the O. So I only had a couple lines up here of the O done, so I did all the rest of the O so far. And I'm doing this 2/1, excuse me, on 16 count gray Aida. It's a light gray Aida. And I love it. It's coming along so well. Okay. Now we can go to things that are in my bag. I am getting to the end, finally, of my 24 new starts for May. For Fandom Stitching Central, I have one more to do. So again, you will see a lot of new starts in here. I chose to do the 200 stitches for a new start to get the points. So most of them I finish are over a little over 200 because I finish out a thread. So new start is Twisted Pumpkin by Carriage House Samplings. And I love the little bats in the tree. I have a thing for bats. And look at the little mouse. Oh, he's so cute. So I started that. It was a new start. And I started in the center. Which way does it go? It goes this way. This is leftover Aida that I had in my stash. I don't remember. I don't remember at all. This is another needle minder I got from Kat. The skull. It's so cute. And this is where I got. Again, I don't remember the name of the Aida. It is more orange. That's more true to color here. I don't remember. It was just I had it left over. And this would fit perfectly on here, and I thought it would look really awesome. So that's where I started on the tree trunk, and I'm getting down to the roots, and then the pumpkin, the big pumpkin kind of comes in right here. And I'm doing 2/1. I believe it's 14 count Aida, if I remember correctly. Which I could be very wrong about. I don't know. Okay. The next one was another new start for May for the Fandom Stitching Central, and the needle minder fell off, but this is another needle minder that I got from Kat. Oh, let me show you what it'll look like. You'd think I've never done this before. I worked on this a couple days so I could get a little bit more progress in it. This is what it looks like, or will look like. And originally when I first saw this, I saw a crystal ball. But then the more I looked at it, and once I started stitching it, I realized it's a dream catcher. I love the candles. Oh, there's just so many details in this piece that I absolutely love. So it is Halloween 13 by Nusa Creation, which is, I got it off of Etsy, and I got to 5.96% on it. because like I said, I did work on it a couple times, but it was a new start. This is, I'm just doing it on 18 count, I think. It's supposed to be 18 count, but it feels a little bit smaller. So I'm doing it 1/1, black Ada. This is another needle minder from Kat, and I love it. It's a crystal ball, and I felt that even though the piece is not, it was my original idea of what it was, so it felt fitting to put on here. So I did a top center start, and so I'm working along the right side now, and the candle, one of the candles comes in here. I'm doing it 1/1. I can't remember if I said that, with all the called for DMCs that I had in my stash. I love the eyeball. There's just so many cute little details in this piece, and I can't wait to stitch it. I can't wait to get further on. I'm very excited about, like, the new starts were fun, but now I'm new started out, and I'm doing it, like I said, for the Fandom Stitching Central, the Facebook group, to get the points for the month. But I am so looking forward to just now getting progress on things. I cannot wait. The next one I worked on was not a new start this week, but it was a new start previously for the Fandom Stitching Central. And what is this? I don't know. It's just a random, I don't know what this is. It's a thread from something. It is As Above, So Below by Night Spirit Studio. It was a Patreon pattern, and this is what it will look like. And like I said, this was a new start earlier in the month for the Facebook group, and I want to get progress on things. I'm new started. I'm done with new starts. So I got this back out and got some progress in it. And another needle minder from Kat. Look at how pretty. Oh, I love it. But this is where I got to. So I did all of the green. I didn't have any of the green in last time I shared this. Let me see if I can do it this way a bit better. I did all of the green. I did all of this in the center here. Started the words. And then just filled in, I think I finished this up here and this over here, and then just start filling in more of the tombstone, or the crypt. And this is 2/1 on 14 count, Ada, black Ada. It's a nice quick stitch. I got to 30.78%. So it's a nice quick stitch. Like it's stitching up quickly. So I hope to have that finished soonish. For Fandom Stitching Central, June is, so May is all about starts. You get points for starts. June is all about finishes. Xena. Come here, baby girl. Bring your toy. Xena got a new toy. Can I show the peoples? It's a little succulent. How cute and adorable is this? It's a succulent in a pot. But she loves her new toy, and that's what she's playing with. Can you just be, while I'm filming? Can we not? Do you want to say hi to the peoples again? Do you want to come up and say hi to the peoples? The people loved you last time, baby girl. Yeah. No. She doesn't want to say hi. The next one is, I forget what I was saying. If I was saying something, No idea. Oh, June. June's all about finishes for the Fandom Stitching Central, and to get points. And I'm gonna try to get a few, but I'm not gonna get anywhere near as many points finishes as I did with the new starts. So, but I would like to get a few finishes, knocks them off my list. But this is Peppermint Dragonling. This was a new start. It is charted by Pain Free Crafts. And the artwork is, I should know this. I can never, Jasmine Beckett Griffith. I don't know why I can never remember that. Jasmine Beckett Griffith is the artist. And one thing I like about Pain Free is that they still give royalties to Jasmine Beckett Griffith. She signed a thing where she, her artwork is just out there. You don't have to license it or anything. And but they have on their website that they think it's fair and appropriate to still give some royalties, so they do, and I think that's awesome because they definitely don't have to. So this was a new start, and I am doing this 1/1 on 18 count Peppermint Candies Ada by Fabric Flair. And look at how perfect is this. This was another needle minder by Kat. Thank you, Kat. I love it. But look how awesome. So there's going to be just a little bit of the border. And this is printed. Everything from Fabric Flair is printed. And y'all, I'm getting so much more into the printed fabrics from Fabric Flair. I love them. They're so lovely to work on. They're not too stiff. They're not too floppy. And this is where I got. So it's all background. And I did work on it past the new start 200 some stitches. I kept going because, again, I wanted to get progress on some things. So I got to 1.53%. And I love the greens and the blues in there. It's so fun to work on, even though it's just background. I am getting close to the dragon wing, I think, coming up soon. And I think that's going to look so nice when it's done. Again, you'll get just a little bit of the border with the fabric, but which will be cute. And then obviously it's fun to work on to see it. This was not a new start. Thank God. This was a whip. It is the Talisman by Lisa Parker. Why can I not find it on my thing? I know, it's here. Where? Oh, you know what? It's because I labeled her as Croanna. No. Where is she? Oh my god, she's right in front of my face. I call her Croanna, so that's what I named the thing in markup, and I was looking for the Talisman, and of course it's alphabetical order, so that's not where it would be. But this is what it will look like. This was a restart earlier in the year, and I explained this in one of my previous videos. I tried 10 stitching it, and I absolutely hated it. This is why I do not 10 stitch anymore. And I restarted it. It is 2/2 on 32 count even weave, and I got to 11.27%. And this is another needle minder by Kat. I love it. And this is where I got to. So I worked up in here, and I filled in more in here and in through here. So a lot of confetti work. And I have a goal to get this to, I was at 30% when I was 10 stitching it. And like I explained before, It was a tough decision because I was pretty far in. Like I said, I was 30%. But I also wasn't working on it because I hated it so much. So it was just sitting there. It wasn't gonna, and I knew I wasn't gonna finish it. So if I wanted to stitch the piece, I knew I had to restart it, even though I was so far in. So I have a goal to get to 15% this year. So I'm close. I'm not gonna get back to where I was, but I wanna, I made some good progress on it, and I'm just gonna keep plugging away at it, and I find it so much more enjoyable now. Even with the restart and having to do it all again, there was enough time that in between when I restarted and everything that I don't feel like I'm stitching it again, even though I am, because I don't remember. There had been such a long time. So that I worked on. The next one was a new start. Now, this new start, though, I killed 3 birds with 1 stone. This is Adargatis. It is charted by Pain Free Crafts, and the artwork is by Alchemy England. I'm going to show it to you first. This is what she will look like. Just take a moment to take everything in here. Okay, so I started this for the Phantom Stitching Central, one of my new starts, so I got points for that. Then, Kat at the Wiki Cat Stitch is hosting Murder May, hashtag Murder May, and obviously, she is sitting on the skeletons and bones of her victims. So, Murder May. And then, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Mermay. And I'm not a mermaid person, but she's my death mermaid, and so I started her for Mermay. So, like I said, I killed 3 birds with 1 stone with that start, and I got to 0.32%. And I did something a bit different with this one. I've never done this before, and I don't know why I haven't thought of it for full coverages, but I'm gonna utilize this again. I did a top center start. This is another needle minder from Kat, which I felt was very fitting for this piece. I did a top center start. I'm stitching this 1/1 on 25 count even weave. And because I did a top center, let me see if I can wrangle this fabric a little bit better. Maybe I don't need the board. I already got to some of her. So this is part of one of the horns on her crown. And I'm so glad I did that, because not only did I get to some of her almost right off the bat, I'm still going top down, which I prefer, but I also have more options now to go right or left or down or wherever I want to go. So I'm going to try to maybe get a little bit more progress on her this month for Murder May and Mermay. The next one is Cake Shop. This is charted by Charting Creations. I almost said the wrong thing. I got to 1.59%, and the artwork is by Teresa Mather. And this is what it looks like. I did a top left start, excuse me. And I worked on this for one of the monthly prompts for Phantom Stitching Central. It was stitched 208. No, that's wrong. I'm a liar. 2008 stitches on something fast. There we go. It finally focused. And so, I mean, dragons are fast, and dragons eat fast. I'm quite certain of it. So this was my stitch on something fast. And so I did my 2000 and whatever stitches because, like I said, I finish off the thread, so it was over 2008, but I met it. And this is, I'm doing 1/1 full cross on Stormy Night, 25 count Lugana. And again, I chose this fabric because, as you saw from the picture, there is a lot of white, and I'm not about white on white, so I chose this so I would not be stitching white on white. So this is where I am. So, since you've last seen this, I did all of this, and I did pretty much all of this. So it's finally starting to look like a cake. I filled in, there's one more stitch I have to fill in here, but I filled in the rest of the confetti up here, filled in more of the cream, which you can't really see, and then started, these are the little berries or whatever on the bottom of the next cake. And then we're going to start to get, this is the shelf that it sits on. So there's going to be some shelf getting into a lot of dark colors we're going to get into next. And then the wall, the back of the shelf of the next tier. And I'm having such a great time on this. I love it. This is another needle minder that was sent to me by Kat. And I love the details in this. I think what's really getting me the most is that there's such detail. Like, look at that. But the confetti isn't horrible. Like, look at those strawberries. There really wasn't that much confetti in them. It's charted so well. And I love that. I have such a great time working on this. Okay. The next one was a new start. And there's a lot of firsts in here, y'all. Okay, so let me just show what it is. It is the Quirky Quaker Cauldron by Darling Whimsy Designs. Darling and Whimsy. Okay. So cute. It's a cauldron. I'm counting it for Murder May because, I mean, I don't know about you all, but I'm cooking up some poison in there. So I'm counting that for Murder May. Now, a couple firsts. A few firsts. Okay. This is the first piece of fabric I ever dyed. Now, it's not the best. Like, you know, there's obviously splotches and, you know, but it's the first piece of fabric I ever dyed, and it was just a leftover, I think 14 count Aida I had in my stash from something. And I used purple and gray, but it looks mostly purple in real life. And this is pretty true to color. And this is also the first time I've ever stitched in hand. I thought, you know, it's a small piece. It's a small piece of Aida. The project itself isn't large, right? The Quirky Quakers are small. So why don't I give it a shot? And I'm doing pretty well. I can't do, like, I know if I had put this in a hoop and put it in my stand, it would be finished by now. I can't do as much in one go because I'm not used to working in hand. So I do cramp up a little bit, so I can't do as many stitches in at once as I would normally do. But this is where I got to, and I'm enjoying it. I think it's fun, and I love I love that I'm trying new things, you know? So, I'm using some black that came in a kit that I had in my stash that I don't know. And then I'm using Sullivan's, hold on. Oh wait, I wrote it in my Notion app. Give me one sec. Sullivan's 45481, which is a DMC 166 equivalent. And some variegated just cotton sewing thread that I had in my stash. So for the poison, I'm using 2 strands of Sullivan's and 1 strand of this, and sort of creating my own variegated thing here. And I think it's coming out really well. Like, you get just enough of the teal in there and the green and the yellow. And this is another needle minder by Kat, because I'm Crow. C for Crow. I feel like Sesame Street. C for Crow. So I was very proud of this. This is, I'm going to try to have for a June finish. Lots of firsts in that, and I'm very proud. Oh, I have the needle minder. I don't use the needle minder when I stitch it. I just have it there to keep the needle when I'm not stitching it, basically. The next was another new start for May. This is Suffrage Act by Little House Needleworks. Let me take it out of the... Oh, I just broke the... This is what it will look like. It says Suffrage Act proclaimed, vote 1920. So I did start that. I'm going to throw that bag out because I completely just ripped it up. And I did my, like I said, I did my 200 start and then a little bit more because, again, I wanted to try to get more progress on things. And I'm doing this on just a extra piece, like a 18 count Rustica Oatmeal Ada leftover piece I had in my stash. I'm doing it 2/1, 2/1. And I'm doing the DMC conversion. And that's where I got. I might actually try to do some of this in hand as well. We'll see. Because when I have it in my Q-snap, the Q-snap covers just enough of it that you can't work on the whole thing. So I might, next time I pick it up, do some in hand, see if I like it. But I love how it's coming out. This is the start of the flag that she's holding. So the edge of the right side of the piece, or yeah, the right side of the piece is sort of here-ish. There's one more. I have to finish this, and then there's another one over here. And then a little bit of border. So it's not a huge piece. And I love the colors. I changed the red to something, I think. I wrote it down. Hopefully I wrote it down. I did. I wrote it on my working copy. I subbed 3777 for 816 because I didn't have 3777. So the red is 816 that I used. So that was a new start. Okay. We're getting there, my friends. This was not a new start, but I got it out because we are coming up on Pride Month, June, and let me see if I have the picture. I don't. I don't have the picture, but it is the LGBT Pride flag from Pride Quaker flag from Vivian Powers. And so I worked on this. I'm doing it 2/1 on Fairy Mist 16 count Ada by Fabric Flare. And, excuse me, this is where I got to. I did a top right start. This is another needle minder by Kat. Thank you, Kat. So, Kat, when I told you that they almost all found homes, I wasn't lying to you. I think there's one more, the Sugar Skull, that the next piece I get out will be its home. So I got to, let me tell you what I got to. I got to 4.33%, and I finished this motif, started this one, finished this motif, and came down here and started this one. So I made some great progress. I love how the colors pop on this. This fabric is like I said, it's Fairy Mist. It's sort of a mottled rainbow. There's yellows, there's pinks, there's blues, there's greens in there. So sort of all the Pride colors in pastels. So I'm very excited to get further along in this. Like I said, hopefully, because June is Pride Month, I do want to get a lot more progress on this. So you'll probably be seeing this a lot more coming up. All the called for, except the yellow, I switched the yellow for, I think it was supposed to be 444, and I'm using 973 of Pyric, I don't know how you say it, but I just had it in my stash. So I'm using that for the yellow, and I love it. I love how it's a bit more vibrant. So that's that. Then we have one more, which was a new start. It is The Ineffable Husbands. I love Good Omens. I got to 0.06%. I really just did the 200 some stitches for the new start to count. And then I was like, okay, I'm done for right now. But no, let me get it is artwork by Felmarin de Carme. And it is charted by 2 legs, make 1 cross. I got it off of Etsy. This is what it will look like. So we have Crowley, and we have Aziraphale. And then in the center, from the end of the first series, we have To the World when they're at the Ritz. I love this artwork. I cannot wait. Cannot wait to get further into this. It's a big boy. There are 382,850 stitches, and like I said, I'm at 0.06%. So I really did just do it for the new start for yesterday to count for I'm I don't need the board. And I did a top right start. So this is 1/1 on 25 counts. Even weave. Come on, focus. There we go. I did a top right start. It is sort of hard to see, but this is a lot of cream around the outside. And then I started the design for the border. And my attempted murder, which I got from Mad for Minders. And I also got the Grow Pair needle minder. But that's from Mad for Minders. So that's what I got. It's a small start. I want to try to get more into this before I like put it away and forget about it for a bit. But, you know, I mean, it counted for my start. And that is it. That was everything I worked on this past week. So, like I said, next week will be my whip parade, so prepare for, you know, I mean, make a pot of coffee, make a pot of tea, get some popcorn, stitching, like prepare to be here for a while, because we're gonna be here for a while. Like I said, I don't know if I'm probably gonna have to break it up. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, y'all, how long is like your limit for a whip parade before I should break it up. Like, is 2 hours good? 3 hours? Like, should I break it up every hour? I don't know. Let me know like what your limit is for a single video. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll figure it out. I think that's all. That is all I have to say for today. I already kind of shared all my stitchy kindness and treasures like through the video, so I don't have anything else to share with you. Your support has been incredible. I think I'm over 300. Oh, Dace messaged me yesterday that I was at 310, and he thought that was a great number because I love GMC 310. It's one of my favorite colors, as you might be able to tell. So yeah. So when I get to 500, like I said, I will be doing a giveaway. Thank you all so much for being here and supporting in the comments. So many people are joining in on June Dog next month. There is a video, Flosstube Extra, like I said, I did for June Dog, explaining what it is and what I have planned to work on. And it's so many people have gone and either are dusting off their long dogs or going and getting a long dog and kitting one up to start. And I think it fills my heart. It really does, that everyone can share in the joy of cross stitching and the craft, and so many people who stitch so many different things. Zena's had her toy again. Baby girl. Oh, this is the other toy. Can I have it? No. Ma'am, can we just chill? Like, I'm almost done. Don't growl at me. Hey, can I show, this is her lamb, or her sheep that's going to the spa. You want to go get it? Go get it. Yeah, that people from so many different backgrounds and vibes and everything. Ma'am, hey, can we not do that for like 5 seconds? Give me. I'm not editing that out because it's hilarious. Can come together and just find something from the same designer that fits all of us and enjoy and support each other and cheer each other on. And that's really what it should be about. And I love that. And it's seeing so many new people come and join the June Dog style that I do. Like I said, this is the 3rd year that I'm hosting it, and so many people are coming in because of Flosstube, and it's so wonderful. So thank you all. I hope you all enjoy June dog if you're participating. And if you're not participating, feel free to watch and see everyone's progress and cheer people on. And still be a part of it even if you're not stitching on a long dog sampler. So thank you all so much. I'll see you next week for my whip parade. Happy stitching.